Hey YouTube, it's Chris and welcome back to my life. If you remember from the last video, if you didn't watch it, you're out of luck. We've got my great-grandmother and her daughter living in Grand Beach with their husbands. Two houses, actually three, but two houses on one property. Remember that because it's going to come back to bite us in the ass later. So after Ken and Carol got married, he and Albert still worked on the boats. And the Great Lakes shipping season is 10 months out of the year. Only in part of January, February, and the first part of March when the lakes are not iced over. The Great Lakes never get that icy, but when there's too much ice, certainly the Soo gets iced over and they close it, the Soo locks for the benefit of the uneducated. So the Great Lakes shipping season is 10 months a year. That's what we're taking away from here. Only a 2-month layup. And so Carol and Ella would get bored when the guys were gone on the water because Grand Beach at the time in the 40s we're talking about was fairly deserted. I mean, that property is not really in the middle of nowhere, but it kind of is. And there weren't there couldn't have been 100 year-time residents back in those days. So when they got bored, they'd just go to Milwaukee to hang out with the Heidemans again, to hang out with their family. And so that actually continued even for years, really. So my father was born in Milwaukee because one of the times that Ella and Carol were visiting their family in Milwaukee, my father was born. And so I rightly say that my father was born and raised in Milwaukee because those frequent trips to Milwaukee when the guys were on the water 10 months out of the year continued even after he was born. For the next 5 years after he was born. So his formative years, most of them were in Wisconsin instead of Michigan, even though that was his permanent address. And it would have probably gone on a lot longer, but something happened that changed my life completely. Probably. I mean, we could debate that. We're not going to. But it's just really interesting, like I said it would be in the intro, to look at how things happen and all the things that had to coalesce for one thing that had such a huge impact that you're going to have to wait till the next video to find out about it. So, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, take care of yourselves, YouTube.